I wish you would stop fucking drinking.
Hello, and welcome back. In the news today, there's a lot of attention put on fentanyl, opioids, and overdose deaths. Marijuana, its impact on young people, and the pros and cons of legalization. Renewed attention on the dangerous effects of methamphetamines. But a lot of times things like alcohol don't get discussed because of these other huge problems that they are. But I want to discuss alcohol today, specifically alcohol use disorder. Alcohol remains one of the most used and abused drugs in America. The impact it has not only on the users, but the families of the users and the victims of the users is devastating. So what is A.U.D? Alcohol use disorder basically is an updated term for alcoholism. The term A.U.D was started because of the stigma that surrounds the term alcoholism. For a long time, alcoholism was thought to be a belief or a lack of willpower. It's actually a disease where the brain has been altered by consuming alcohol, where one or more of the following symptoms occur. Being unable to limit the amount of alcohol you drink, unsuccessfully trying to cut down on the amount of alcohol you drink, spending a lot of time and money drinking or recovering from drinking, feeling a strong craving or urge to drink, not fulfilling obligations at work, school, or home due to repeated alcohol use, continuing to drink knowing that it's causing physical, social, and family problems, giving up or reducing social activities or hobbies that don't include alcohol, using alcohol in situations that aren't safe, for example, while you're driving or on your job, developing a tolerance for alcohol. You need to drink more to feel the same way, or drinking the same amount has a reduced effect, experiencing what's called alcohol withdrawal symptoms, nausea, shaking, or sweating when you don't drink, or drinking to avoid feeling this way. Do any of these things I just said apply to you? Maybe several of them? If so, you're probably suffering from alcohol use disorder. Why do so many people drink alcohol anyway? That is a fair question. Probably because of its ease of access. Alcohol is legal in America. It's easy to get hold of. It's quite inexpensive.
Your total is $96.59.
These are huge reasons why alcohol is used so much and abused so much. Now, that was a very quick explanation of alcohol use disorder. I'm just trying to keep this very simple and understandable. If you feel like these things do apply to you, you might want to consider stopping or seeking some professional type help. Now, what happens to you physically after you take a drink of alcohol? Alcohol is absorbed in the duodenum. I hope I'm saying that right.
It was fucked up.
And metabolized in the liver. The duodenum, by the way, is the first part of your small intestine. When you drink alcohol, it mixes with your stomach acid and then moves into your duodenum. And then it gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream, then to your brain. And this happens within minutes after drinking. That's why a person feels the effects very quickly. When a person starts drinking, their brain will release what's called neurotransmitters. One of them is dopamine, or what's also known as the happy hormone. Alcohol releases this dopamine into your brain that travels to the reward centers in your brain and makes you feel good. It lessens your inhibitions. It makes you more talkative. It gives you more self-confidence. These are the pleasurable effects of alcohol. This is why people like to drink. But those effects don't last very long, which of course prompts people to want to drink more. Hence the problem. With continued drinking, the dopamine high usually gets pushed aside by the less pleasant effects of alcohol. Confusion, clumsiness, nausea, dehydration. Alcohol is considered a depressant. It affects parts of the brain where our decision-making and how we consider consequences. It makes us less likely to think about what we're doing or what's going to happen when we do something that we normally wouldn't do. That's why people do stupid things when they're drunk, like driving or going to bed with a complete stranger, or continuing to drink more alcohol. Also, the effects of the hangover are quite depressing. This is a very miserable experience to go through, trust me, I know. The combination of dehydration and low blood sugar leaves you in a very weakened state. The more you drink, the more your body gets used to this dopamine boost it gets from the alcohol, and it starts producing less dopamine to compensate. That means your drinking can become a habit. You may become dopamine deficient, and this could contribute to experiencing low mood. Alcohol is also used by a lot of people for anxiety. It's been described as a coping mechanism, and it helps people manage stress, especially in social type situations. Everyone's probably heard of the term liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
Since alcohol does increase the body's production of serotonin and dopamine, the happy hormones, it makes you temporarily less anxious. Now, long-term drinking can lower the levels of these hormones, as well as lowering blood sugar and increasing dehydration, which actually leads to worse anxiety. So that becomes more of a reason to drink more often, strengthening the habit again. Again, that's a very broad explanation of alcohol use disorder. But now I hope you can understand what happens when you do drink and how a drinking habit can be formed by continuing this, and also a little bit about what happens in your brain chemistry, how these neurotransmitters have a very powerful effect on things like your mood, your decision making, and how alcohol plays a part in all that, and the reason why we crave alcohol and want to drink more. It's through learning things like this that I was able to combat my drinking problem, by understanding what's going on inside. I understand brain and behavior. It helped me, and I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and you got something out of it, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing if you like. I have plenty more videos to watch. Make the choice today, okay? Don't wait. Don't put things off. There really may not be another chance. It's up to you, okay? If you want to move on, start. Please. I know you can do it because I'm doing it. Take care of yourself, okay? And we'll see you next time.
Oh, I gotta stop drinking.